Hi everybody! Welcome back to Allie's Bookie Reads. This is another one of my very first videos. I'm introducing a brand new segment on my channel. I'm going to be interviewing some of my friends who maybe like to read, maybe don't like to read. I'm going to try and dig into kind of what they like in books, shows, movies, hobbies. Jeanette, do you want to say a little bit about yourself or your channel?
Well, I do have a YouTube channel and I'm going to be bringing her a lot into nearly all my videos. I do like true crime a lot. I like reading, actually the opposite of you. I like reading the YA books. I like reading books that remind me of when I read them when I was younger. But that's pretty much it.
Okay, great. So then the first question I have for you, and if you don't have an answer to any of these questions, it's absolutely okay. I'm just trying to get a little bit more information. Do you have like a specific book that you would say is your absolute favorite?
My absolute favorite was My Sister's Keeper.
Okay, by Jodi Picoult?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What did you like about that book?
I liked that it was the perspective of a young lady. I liked the different perspectives. You know, each chapter, I believe, if I remember correctly, had a different person's point of view. They all had different points. Yeah,
okay, cool. So you like a multiple perspective type book? Perfect. What was a book that you did not like?
I'm not a big fan of biographies. I don't like biographies. I did read a biography by the guy who played Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund.
Oh, cool.
I liked it okay, but I'm not as intrigued by biographies.
Okay, that's another way in which we differ, because I really do like biographies. You do. So we like multiple perspectives and maybe not a biography. Is it like the dryness of the biography, or you don't like reading about one specific person?
I don't mind from one point of view, because I did read Dear Mr. Henshaw.
Okay.
It is a point of view of one person. I don't mind that. I like from a point of view, like a story, a plot. So biographies are not too interesting. That's why, because I like a story. Okay, there needs to be a story. Okay, I like that a lot. As far as what you would sit down and watch on television, what do you like there? I like Into the Badlands. That show just ended.
What's that about?
Think of it more like Game of Thrones, where people fight over to control. So there's different powerful people, and there's a lot of women in it. So I like that. They're all trying to be the the one that controls the most. So it's basically post-apocalyptic. They're trying to control. So it was a really good show, underrated. But I like that.
Cool. So a little bit of like high fantasy type stuff.
Yeah, I like watching cartoons. I like reality shows. I don't often. I mean, I tune in once in a while, but they're not like my absolute favorite. Okay, so dislikes include reality shows. Is there anything else that you don't like in a television show, or television shows that you haven't liked in the past? I don't know if you grew up with like watching the Disney shows. Oh yeah. Okay, so I like Disney shows, but today's Disney shows I don't like, because I don't know, it feels too cliche almost. Like they trying to force jokes upon you. Like back then, it to me it seemed more funnier. It seemed more genuine, and so that's why I guess I don't tune in as much, because it just seems so like the jokes seem so forced. It doesn't feel as like fun when we were younger. Okay, so you like a little bit of nostalgia, but maybe not new nostalgia. Like you rely on the Disney Channel for what it was and not for what it is. Okay, interesting. I like that a lot. As far as hobbies, what do you like to do in your free time? Well, I actually watch a lot of YouTube videos. I don't know, I just like going out. I like going out to the mall. I mean, yeah, I like watching a lot of true crime. I wish I had a more exciting life, but I do watch a lot of true crime. I like watching a lot of true crime shows. So so those shows, I like a lot of true crimes. You know, real true crimes, not like CSI, like fake, but like true crimes. Like for example, the ID channel. I know there's a lot of people that watch the ID channel, like the Ted Bundy. You're talking about all those real crimes. I'm fascinated by that a lot. But I guess if you're talking about outdoor stuff, basketball, volleyball. Okay, yeah, that gives me a lot to work on. As far as true crime, do you have any specific things that you like about true crime? Do you focus on like solved mysteries, unsolved mysteries, the stories of the killers, or do you prefer stories of the victims? I'm actually more fascinated with the mind of a killer. So, I mean, I like, there are some victims that draw me in because, for example, I feel bad because they were young, they were, females, I'm drawn into, I guess, the more unique the cases. That's what draws me in. So but I do like learning the psychology of a killer, because I do like seeing what made them you know, do what they did. You know, what could draw, like, you know, we're here and then they're there and we're not that far off from, you know, so I like doing, like, the psychology, I guess, of it.
Okay, I like that a lot. And then the last thing that I want to leave us with is maybe like a movie or two that you've liked and a movie or two you haven't liked.
I like comedies. I like, surprisingly, I watch horror films, but I don't like watching them so, because I get scared easily. Well, I actually like chick flicks, I guess, so to speak. Sugar and Spice, about cheerleaders who rob a bank. I like girly movies. I guess like you would see in a girls' night out. Like, so I like those. Okay, perfect. I've got a few things off the top of my head. The first one that screams you to me is a young adult book. It's called Sadie. And it is, I don't actually know who the author is, and I don't own this one. I rented it from the library, or checked it out from the library. But it's about this girl who is trying to solve a murder, and there's a podcast element in with it. I've heard that if you listen to the audiobook, the podcast part is really, really cool. But it's a true crime podcast interwoven with like a story about a murder and young adult. So the true crime and the young adult and then the podcast aspect of it all screamed like you to me. So that would be my first recommendation. My second recommendation is, and I actually think I have it on my shelves here. Oh, and just to, I forgot to mention, I like both. You like what? I like both solved and unsolved. So I don't mind. Okay. So solved are really interesting. For solved cases, I like, you know, I don't mind solved because, you know, I like how it got solved, you know. And unsolved, I do like the mystery. So I don't mind either way. Basically, I like both. Okay, perfect. The next one that I had here, and I apparently still have the receipt in the book. I have not read this one, but it's called Confessions of a Sociopath. Oh, the book cover. It looks interesting.
The back says, we are your neighbors, your coworkers, and quite possibly the people closest to you, lovers, family, friends. Our risk-seeking behavior and general fearlessness are thrilling, our glibness and charm alluring, our often quick wit and outside-the-box thinking make us appear intelligent, even brilliant. We climb the corporate ladder faster than the rest and appear to have limitless self-confidence. Who are we? We are highly successful, non-criminal sociopaths, and we comprise 4% of the American population. So I feel like this would be a look inside the mind of a sociopath. Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say, like, is it about, like I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, okay. You're welcome to borrow that. I have not read that one, so I can't attest to it being good or not. Oh. And then there was one other one that I have read that I had an idea about. Let me go grab it. Okay, I'm actually gonna recommend 3 more. 2 I have in my possession here.
Oh my god, this looks interesting.
Okay, awesome. I'm definitely sending that one home with you.
Okay.
The one that I don't have here with me is with Logan's mom. I just finished it. It is a very chick flick book. It's by an author called Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it's called Maybe in Another Life. It's a dual perspective book told from the same person. So, okay. You following me here so far? Yes. So one part of the book, it switches off every chapter, and one part of the book is about how her life would have happened if she went this way, and the other part of the book is how her life would have happened if she went this way, and it goes back and forth, like if I hadn't made this choice, my life would be this way. If I had made this choice, my life would be this way. Back and forth through the whole book, and you kind of see how her actions are incorporated into how her life turns out to be.
That reminds me, remember those books, I don't know if you ever read them, remember the Goosebumps, the Choose Your Own Adventure?
Yeah. Very similar to that, yeah, where she's like kind of creating her own path with her choices. It's very chick flicky. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my absolute favorite authors. Everything that she writes is so good. The next one I have for you is called Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This book is so freaking good. It is about a brutal murder, like absolutely gory, disgusting. This is literally the grossest book you're ever gonna read in your entire life.
Oh my god.
But it is also one of the best thrillers I have ever read, ever. And I've read a lot of thrillers. So it's not necessarily true crime, but it's about a killer. It's not true, obviously, but it's very gory, it's very bloody, and it is very, very good.
See, I don't mind because I do like, I forgot to mention, I love R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
The adult series, Fear Street. I love the series, so I don't mind that it's fake as long as it's interesting. So I always liked, you know, Goosebumps, R.L. Stein, so I'm intrigued.
Nice. Okay, so that's another option. And then this is another one that's dual perspective. It's another thriller. It's called The Wife Between Us. It tells the story of one wife and then one just like a neighborhood friend, and it goes back and forth, and then there is like a little twist at the end that all thrillers have. So very good dual perspective. You may like it. This isn't one that I'm like super excited for you to read. I loved it myself, but I don't necessarily I want to see how you feel about this thriller first before I recommend you another thriller.
This one? Okay. I like this one a lot.
So you are for sure going to read this one.
I want to read this one.
Great. So my mission with this video is to pick one book specifically that they're going to go on and read. This is kind of copied off of Anne Vogel's podcast, What Should I Read Next? I did bring my own little twist to it. I do more of an interview portion, and it is specifically focused more on like likes and interests. They kind of go off on like career paths and all of that. I absolutely adore and love that podcast and adore and love Anne Vogel. So tweaking it a little bit, it looks like this is the book that Jeanette's gonna go home with. So yes. I did end up finding her something that she'll like. Next time I'm gonna try and have someone on who doesn't like to read and maybe see if I can get them to pick a book.
True. Yeah, she got lucky because I already like to read, but yeah.
I did get lucky.
Convert a reader.
I'm gonna do a mix of both, where some people who do and some people who don't. But, okay, I'm excited. You'll have to come back on and let us know what you think when you're done.
Okay, yeah, because I was just browsing through the little, the little chapters, and it sounds really, I don't know, I like the point of view.
Okay, perfect, wonderful. Well, yay! Thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions for her that you think she'd like that I didn't mention myself, she did say she liked dual perspective books, kind of a chick flicky theme, serial killers and true crime, obviously. And then you said you liked kind of trips down memory lane. So any books that you liked in your childhood, leave those comments down below. I'm happy to read anything. I'm sure Jeanette would love some ideas as well. Thank you so much. And my dog says hello. Bye.